everyone. Happy New Year. I have big plans for 2022. I'm participating in the Make 9 challenge, and I'm going to link to the video where I talked about my Make 9 selections. In fact, I love everything so much, I've already made 2 muslins of one of the tops and 1 muslin of a blouse. In 2022, my focus is to learn how to better fit my me-made garments to my body, how to make the pattern adjustments that I need to make. The first item on my Make 9 that I've made 2 muslins for is going to be my first make. I've actually cut out the final garment, but I want to show you a couple of my muslins and just chat about them since they are something I worked on this week. I apologize, I sound a little croaky. I picked up a little cold from my grandson. I have tested negative, so this is just toddler crud. So my first muslin for the cuff top by the assembly line, I made in this Imperial Batiste, and this is an inexpensive cotton fabric. It has a little more drape and is lighter weight than a muslin, so I thought it would be a good choice. And I just did a quick run up on my first round to check the length of the top and see if there was anything I needed to adjust. Something interesting about this pattern, in the smaller size range that goes from extra small to large, there's no keyhole at the back. It just sews up all the way in the back and in the front. The larger size range, which goes from extra large to 4X, I believe, does have this keyhole which is held together by a button. Now, I can slip this on and off without that. I did decide I would make this top up, at least in my first version, according to the pattern. So I found I liked the fit and I jumped right in with some fabric I'm not terribly crazy about, but I didn't have a lot of it, and I thought, well, this would be a good fabric to use for this top. This is my second muslin, and the fabric, I love the colors, but oh my goodness, this fabric behaved so poorly. The fabric does not take a press. It's polyester. It slipped, it slid, and moved in all directions not supposed to. So I got to the point where I was so frustrated with this, I didn't care about this version at all. And that's never a good place. That should be a signal to stop. But I marched on, and my problems I ran into with this fabric were mainly in the cuffs and in the back, and I'll show you that. So the cuffs, as I was sewing down, you sew the elastic in the round, you attach it to this end, then you fold it under and you stitch it down, and see how this cuff, the fabric is being pulled this way. And that's because as I was sewing, the fabric was moving up, it was moving down, it was shifting in all different kinds of directions. So in general, I probably should have used my walking foot. In general, it was pulling all in this direction. One of these sleeves behaved worse than the others. I think this is the worst one. So this is what it looks like. This is not something that I would wear out. And in the back, this is the other area that went terribly wrong. And I decided I didn't really like this fabric. I love the colors, but I really wouldn't want to wear this. So I treated it as strictly a muslin. And I decided a couple of things, other than never to use fabric like this again, was that I really don't need this open in the back. I don't really care for that. It seems like it comes pretty far down on the top. And that I would rather just sew it up because I can get this on and off my head without the button closure. So I am going to rescue this button from this terrible top, and I'm going to make another version. So I was trying to decide whether I would sew my next version and do a facing like this, or to just do a neck binding around the top. And I think I'm going to end up doing a facing. Let me know if you think the neck binding might be a good option, but I think I might go with the facing because of lack of fabric. I could use Madi and Madi Sew's continuous bias binding method, but I just have the scrappiest of scraps left. I was really excited when I was making my Make 9 plans and pairing up some fabrics with patterns, and I paired up a Robert Kaufman cotton lawn to go with a cuff top, and I was kind of disappointed when I spread it out on my cutting table and realized just how narrow that fabric was. It was barely 42 inches wide, and let me show you the pattern piece. The cuff top has two large pattern pieces for the front and the back of the blouse, or the top I should say, and that sleeve extends out at the side, which makes it a pretty wide piece. On the extra large through 4X size, there is a dart for shaping down here in the side. I'm not sure if it's on the smaller size range, but it's a quick, easy dart to put in. The other pieces are the facing pieces. So we've got the front piece and the back facing piece. And this would be so easy to adjust just by folding in and doing it in the round. So I think that's what I'm going to do on this version. I want to show you how close I came to not having enough fabric. This was the bottom edge where I was cutting. Had I needed an extra inch, I would not have made it. I sound worse than I am, but I'm not at full energy. I forgot to mention what I'm wearing. Today I'm wearing the indigo dress by Tilling the Buttons. This is actually a wearable muslin, and I've not gotten around to making another version. And that's something that I really want to pay attention to in 2022. If I learn there are some things I need to tweak and change, I need to go ahead and make that garment again. As to a life update, we had a fantastic Christmas. We spent some time with our oldest son and his family. They came to us for a few days, hence my cold. But it was worth it for all the cuddles with the grandsons. We had a great time. Charlie and John took the kids fishing, and I supervised the littlest while the casting was going down. And everybody who was interested in fishing caught a fish. We had a lot of great fun family activities. I hope you had some good family time over the holidays. Thanks so much for joining me. If you have not already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and join in the comments below. Until next time, I hope you have a joyful week and that you find the good in all things, especially sewing.